Chi, thanks very much for sparing us some time here at SNEC.
Thank you, Mark.
HT SAAE has been growing its shipments at a very strong growth rate, something like 55%. What's driving that growth rate for you?
Well, I think the HT SAAE using a very good background from the state-owned company which support us to have a very good image in the market. Previously, we just do not discover this market very much, this image to the market. Known of the company as the long history as we do in this market, and starting from the 55 years research and almost 15 years in the civil production. So we accumulate lots of experience, and also the customer believe a long history company, a sustainable company will provide a sustainable products as well. So that's why, especially at that stage, even the big giants has some problem. So more and more people rely on a stable company.
With a stable company, you're still being adventurous with your module technology. For instance, at the beginning of the year, you launched an NType Mono crystalline module. What differentiates this particular NType Mono technology?
Talking about the NType per technology, we see there's a lot of advantages compared with the traditional P-type products, especially on the zero LIDs. That means that's no degradation in the beginning. Even the later, there's very small degradation. That means our products is always have 3 to 4% more generate of the electricity compared with the traditional products. And also with this NType, we have very good long wavelength response, which will generate more electricity in the morning and in the sunset time. Especially, and also for the products, we have a dual side, which will contribute double side, control the electricity more than one side only.
I noticed here at the show that you've got your new NType Mono Milky Way series modules, on display. But are you just focusing on the mono, or have you got good development work going on with multi?
We think the mono NType will be the technology trend for the future development. But nevertheless, at this stage, the P-type poly is still the mainstream in the products in the market. But talking about technology evolution, we think that's NType, you have more space to develop even more efficient products to the market.
Well, talking of markets, obviously China and Japan have been very important markets for the company up until now. But what about overseas? Because with mono, there's the rooftop, there's commercial markets that are obviously preferring high efficiency modules.
So this depends on the different product segment. Such as Japan, they have very limited land and resource, like rooftop, commercial roof. Definitely the customer will welcome a very high efficient and also will have a higher price quality ratio, price cost ratio products. This is very welcome in that segment. Up to now, still with the large ground mounting space, and this is not so sensitive, and the customer will prefer to have the conditional P-type poly products.
Obviously, Japan has been a very strong market. It's the second biggest market to China. But obviously, there's a lot of concern about that market has peaked, and over the next couple of years, it's going to start to decline. What does that have an impact on your business?
So we have already noticed this trend actually. The market is booming up very much last year, and right now it's declined slowly in this year, and the next year will continue decline. But nevertheless, I think the Japanese market is still a very important market and generate the second largest market in the world. The key point is that from the customer side, the more and more big customer, they recognize us as a stable technology-driven company, and they prefer to working with us. I have a long-term cooperation with us. So I see that even the market is declining in Japan. So we still think that from the market share from SAAE side will still improve and increase.
I want to keep on the high efficiency theme here, because obviously Japan, well known for the need for high efficiency. But what about China? We've got the distributed generation market that's been given incentives. It's being encouraged by the government. What's going on there?
I think China is also promoting this distributed generation power plant starting from last year. I guess right now, more and more this policy in order to encourage the company working that field were coming out. So we do think in this market segment will be booming in a few years, and we are very active at this market as well.
Let's move on to capacity and production issues. I mean, the company's not been a big player in the sense from a capacity point of view, but can you give us an idea of your capacity expansion plans?
Right now, but as a different with the other players, so we are focusing from the upstream to downstream. We do not think that's a big portion in the module side or in the cell side. It's a healthy condition. Nevertheless, we think the PV module, PV products is a 25 years life cycle. So the philosophy from us is only you starting from the very upstream to downstream, that you will control the quality from the source. And it will generate confidence to your customer that the company is providing the products standing for 25 years. Otherwise, it's just blah blah. We do not think that at this moment to have a very large capacity will be provide a health condition from the company, but important thing is to have a better integration from upstream to downstream in order to bring the confidence to customers.
Understood. Obviously, the Chinese government is pushing Chinese producers to increase their cell efficiencies, to meet certain targets. Otherwise, they feel that the industry is not investing correctly. Can you give us some idea of what your cell efficiency roadmap is?
Right now, I think that for the technology point of view, we're focused for N-type products. We will see that N-type technology will be the future of the solar energy. Currently, we have already reached the dual side cell. In the front side, the efficiency is around 20.5. So we will continue to study on this technology. We will foresee after 1 year, then we will have the efficiency around 21.5, which generate, even in the back side, we can guarantee the 90% of the front side efficiency. So the both sides will generate even more electricity compare with, as we assume, compare with some applications will be more than the IBC technology.
All right, well that leads me on then to talk about your cell architecture and processing. So what's giving you these high efficiencies?
From our side, so we continuously study. So even in the very difficult situation, so we put also heavy money in the R&D phase. So with this per technology, we have accumulated 2 years experience and lots of data in our database. So we were very confident to see that with a clear roadmap, those efficiency will continuously to be improved.
And a final question from me. Where do you see the market for you in differentiating yourself, as in how to position the company as a leading technology company, or do you feel that this is more of that trusted partnership that's the key focus for you?
I think from our side, the philosophy for the company is to running the company for a long run. We were not in the short stage to expand our company too much bigger, then provide us too much burden. Later on, the company is not so healthy in the development. We will continue to strengthen our Chinese market and as well as Japanese market. But in the meantime, so we will also think about the expansion method in order to cover US market, Europe market, and the rest of the world market. And this will provide you a better ratio, and also with our company, less fluctuation in the marketing influence.
Well, Mr. Shi, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much for the interview.